What's up, guys? Aid here with a duel that is basically high rated. It's me against S-Crow. If you guys don't know who S-Crow is, he's been known on Dueling Book for like years for being a guy that plays Mermail at a competitive level. And he's 1120 rating. And I, at the start of this, was 1098, which is technically not high rated. It is like right below it. It's one win away. But I'm calling it that for such because I was high rated and I haven't played for a few days and now I'm not. But I'm pretending I am for the sake of this, all right? And so I won the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Also, like, we're both playing really cool decks. So I'm playing the Thunder Dragon deck, the Thunder Dragon Link deck, and he's playing Mermail, of course. And I won the die roll, which is pretty important against a deck like Mermail. I go Launcher into Synchron. And the reason I went for this, I only play one Synchron, and I wanted access to it because I have like a lot of rocket cards. And so I felt like I would want access to this in case I wanted to go for the level 9 synchro. And then I have Striker, I searched the sector launch. And here I was kind of wondering if I did this right. I could have went activate the second sector launch, go into the link 2, and then activate launch. And the play that I ended up making gets me the exact same spot. It just it puts me in a spot I think where I played into Nib because I'm 2 summons so far here, right? And so I go activate this. This is summon 3 and summon 4. I actually don't play in a nib by doing it because then I think that maybe I should have played the way I was saying, but this does literally the exact same thing, so I don't think it matters. But here I make the Heavenly Sphere, and then I quick launch into Tracer. I didn't even go over his hand. Imperm Dragoon, Deep Sea Aria, the equip spell, which sucks to draw, and then Infantry. I don't play Infantry, and I play a 53 card build of Mermail, so I do not know how he fit it in a 40 card list. But I Tracer, pop the field spell, get the Recharger. And then I go for the Chaos Ruler. And he's going to imperm this, which right here, there were a couple lines I thought about that, like, in hindsight, that maybe they'd be better, maybe they weren't, though. I could have linked these two away for Anaconda. And then I could have summoned DPE, which would have also, it would have left me with a DPE instead of a Heavenly Spheres. And it would have left me with less Garnets in my deck. But it also made me pretty susceptible to a second copy of any interruption. Like, if I linked those away and he had Nib, I'd be hurt. And if I linked those away and he had a second Imperm or a Veiler, I'd be hurt. Whereas this, I just have, like, the Spheres and the Droplet, and it just feels like it's enough. He draws for turn, gets the Diva, and he just scoops. Looking at his hand, he had no extenders and I had the Droplet, but he definitely... maybe he couldn't have played through the bounce even. I feel like, one, you play that to see if I play it wrong, and two, if he plays All Mirage, he can play through the bounce. I think. Yeah, he should be able to if he played All Mirage, because he had a... So he'd go Deep Sea, summon Neptibus. I would bounce the Neptibus. That way he wouldn't have access to a tuner, non-tuner, order the Neptibus, send search. And if he had All Mirage, he could have All Mirage the Deep Sea away, and then activate Deep Sea Aria to search Deep Sea Minstrel. Then he can Minstrel, look at my hand, rip a card, and then proc the Dragoons and search Lapis as an extender, special the Lapis, and at least go into like the health plays from there. So I think he had a way to play, but I also had the Droplet, which made it so he probably wasn't making it through there. But it sucks he scooped so early and didn't try. He was probably thinking, I don't want to tell my opponent what I'm playing, but I play Dueling Book, and I also make videos about Dueling Book, so I know what like people like this play. He's known for playing the deck, so I knew what he was on. Here he draws double Megalo, Abystius, Atlantean Prince, and the Mizuchi, which it sucks he drew this card twice. You like never want to draw it because you can search it. That's why in my list I played a couple cards like that you don't want to draw. So I played a 53 card list. Like, I don't want to draw stuff like this. I open Chaos Space, Thunder Dragon, Chaos Creator, Safer, Thunder Dragon Roar. So I open really good too. He goes Atlantean, send Dragoon, add Dragoon. And then the Dragoon he sent is going to add Lapis. Lapis, when it's added, specials itself. So now he's got the tuner, non-tuner. He can go into Helk, go into Launcher. Launcher effect is going to... So he goes Helk, goes into Launcher. Launcher into Link Karibo. And then Launcher effect, if you only have Waters Engraved, summons itself back. And then he goes into an Appaloosa for 3. And then he's going to activate Dragoon for Teas, or pitch Dragoon for Teas. Gonna search off both of those. Teus will grab Gund. I'm not sure what Dragoon adds. I think, yeah, Moulin Glacier, because he's at 5. So I'm gonna lose 2 cards in my hand. Luckily, my deck is fine with cards in the grave. He summons a Moulin Glacier. We're hoping he hits like a Roar. And he ends up... Da-da-da-da. This roll is going to take a little while. But he hits a Thunder Dragon. And then he hits the Chaos Creator. And so... These are like fine cards for me to have to play with, though. He goes into Marincess, Coral, Anemone. I don't like this card in Mermail. I think that it's a strong card. But it locks you into Waters, I believe. Let me read. Also, you cannot special for the rest of this turn except Waters. Whereas I think a lot of the strongest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now are links that can, like, give you interruptions. Like Dagda to give you the Scythe. And, like, Anaconda to give you DPE. And by playing a card like this, you're kind of restricting yourself to just what you could put up with Water. Which isn't that much to me. But he's going to go Abyss Megalo. Pitch Gund and Megalo. Summon the Megalo. Here, I have the read that he drew the card because he doesn't search it, and I doubt he just doesn't play it. Especially because he's locked into Waters, so you definitely would want to play the maximum amount of interruptions. He goes into the Gaios, places the Mizuchi on it, and passes. So he's got 3 monster interruptions, a Mizuchi for a spell interruption. This is a mandatory one, though, by the way. And then Abyss Gaios, which is once per turn detached and negate all the effects of monsters face up that have less attack. And so I quick launched to trade with the Mizuchi. That was a really good draw, but it could have been literally any spell and I would have been happy because these 3 cards just play through what he has. So I go Roar for black or for white, banish Roar for white, Roar effect, he negates. And then I normal summon Seifert. And then I enter the battle phase. This, I could have gotten punished really bad here, right? So the reason I decided to summon the Seifert was because I want to be able to hit over Appaloosa and also hit over Prince. But I forgot that he had Link Karibo in grave. So if I wouldn't have summoned Seifert, he would have been able to Link Karibo out like he's about to do. But then I wouldn't be able to get over it. Because I'd only have the 1 monster. So he Link Karibos and I just redirect, attack the Link Karibo. And then I'm going to attack the Appaloosa with my Seifert. So now all we have to worry about is the skill drain effect of Gaios. And so the way I'm going to play is I want to make plays that are continuously going to give me advantage until he's forced to negate. But I'm going to constantly make sure I have 2 monsters. So once he's forced to negate, I can make Anaconda and go into DPE. So I go into Striker. So I'm going from my 2 cards. These are going to add me 2 more cards. And he doesn't negate the Striker, which I don't think you would here, to be honest. But like I said, we're just going to keep playing in a way that he has to negate eventually. Then I'm going to use Seifert. And I wanted to use Seifert kind of early because I don't want it to sit on board so that once he negates something, I also get the Seifert negated. I'd rather it be a resource in hand that isn't being negated. So I banish white for black, put white back, and we draw the Fusion Destiny. So now I don't even have to keep 2 monsters on board. I just need to bait this negate. And so I go into Romulus, Chainlink 2 black. I'm going to search the Ravine. I'm going to search the White Dragon. Then I'm going to activate Ravine, pitch Tracer, send Levy. And so right here, it's going to force it because the Tracer we sent, I have a Boot Sector, so I'll be able to bring it right back. So it was a free discard. And then I'm going to be able to banish Seifert for Levy, banish 3 for Levy to force him to chain to keep it alive. And then I could just make a, what's it called? So I would summon the Levy, he'd negate. I would be able to link the Levy. I think he scoops, that's why I'm explaining it. Yeah, but I would be able to summon the Levy, he'd be forced to negate. I put the Levy and the Romulus into Unicorn. And then I'm not going to use Unicorn. And then I'm going to activate Boot Sector, bring back the, what's it called? The Tracer. And then I can make access code clear the board, activate Fusion Destiny, summon out the DPE, and now he's top decking and has to deal with the DPE. Or I could have gone Unicorn, pitch the so if I summon the Levy, he negates there. I can't use Unicorn because if I use Unicorn, it gives me what's it called? If I use the Unicorn, then it puts us both at 1-1. So maybe I should have actually pitched the White Dragon, because then I'd have the Tracer in hand, I would summon the Chaos, heat negate, go into Unicorn, no effect. Not even Unicorn. Then I'd Boot Sector, Special Rocket, Appaloosa for 3, activate Fusion Destiny, summon DPE. DPE, pop the Gaios, and then my DPE would come back on the standby phase. I'd pop an Anemone. Then I'd have 3 monster negates for whatever one card he draws. So no matter what, he wasn't winning this one. It was fun to play though, and I'm honestly, S Crow, if you're watching this, I think you should check out my Mermail deck profile. Like, I feel like the bigger list that makes like the DPE stuff is just way stronger because your maximum output off of one card, being it the what's it called, the Deep Sea Diva or the Neptibus, the one card output is just a lot stronger. But then you also have a lot more easily ways to follow up because all you need are 4 monsters. Like you had in your Appaloosa play, you had enough to DPE Scythe me, and then you also would have still been able to put up like your Abyss Gaios, and this could have been something else. And so I don't know. I really don't think that locking yourself in the waters is the way to play Mermail. But if you guys like enjoy either of these decks, let me know. And if you enjoyed watching, then thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I just hit 700, trying to hit 1,000, and I would appreciate your support on that journey. Thank you.